Welcome to another KARL'S TRAINS episode. It has been a while, but we've been doing a lot and I've got lots of video to share. I just haven't had to sit down and edit a lot of it, but let's talk through all of what's been going on. Our 620 class set has been here for the last 2 months. I'm going to put all the refurb information up on that as a separate video. I'll throw a couple of photos in here though, in this episode, just to give you a bit of an idea of what went on. Prior to that, before that came in, we were doing a fair bit of work around cab wiring, the lights, I think, which we covered in a previous episode. There's a whole saga involved in the control system, and towards the end of today's video I'll put up how our cab rewire is going, and I'll show you a bit of the cab lighting and the control system in operation. Yeah, and hopefully it won't be so long between drinks next time. As always, thanks to our patrons, we actually got a couple of duplex gauges we purchased. These are actually off a locomotive, but they're the same. And this will actually go in the number 1 cab. So that's all the gauges we need for the number 1 and number 2 cab ends complete. So yeah, let's get into some recapping footage. Let's have a look and see if we could actually get the forward reversing and everything else working today.
Very short interior recap this week. Whilst there's been a lot of work going on the insides, they're mainly around the cab controls, and a lot of John's work's been on the outside. And I'm going to make that subject of the next episode because there's quite a lot going on there. But yeah, just a quick walkthrough as we walk up to the cab, and we'll talk about that working. Much of my work recently has been completely rewiring the number 2 end cab. You can see our master controller is fully installed and all the requisite wiring is actually now in place. All the lights work, all the switches work. In this video, we'll shortly be demonstrating the operating master controller and the operating bell circuit, as well as the engine start-stop, and all the indicating lights are up and running.
So by way of explanation, one of the differences in the 620 class's control system to what I'm building here for the Tulloch is that the 620 class had its right-of-way bells disconnected completely. There's no spot on the, there's no circuits for it anymore. So there's actually something I wanted to fix in the 1200. I wanted to reconnect the bell for right-of-way, for passenger alarm, but also I want to be able to use it as an audible alarm for engines, engine overheats, things like that. There are ways, nice to have a bit of auditory things, so may as well reconnect it. So yeah, anyway, to that end, we've given it its own control channel on the PLC, and the buttons will feed into PLC inputs, and we're still using the train line mechanism, so it's using train line 14, so it would be compatible with another vehicle if we ever wanted to hook up. And let's simulate a button press. Of course I will connect the buttons up to this properly using a proper input, but just for now. All right, John, take her in a forward for me.
Forward.
Okay, as we can see, this is actually around the wrong way because this is actually the number 2 end. So this should be going into reverse, but that's okay. I've probably just swapped the wires on the controller. That's easily fixed. Okay, John, take us into reverse.
Reverse.
There we go. So we have the reverse relay kicking in. So once again, it's swapped. So we're back. We've reversed the wiring in the junction box for this, and we're going to give it another try. John, throw her into forward.
Forward. It's forward now.
There we go. So we now actually have, you see the reverse relay kicks in, this being the number 2 end. That's actually correct. Okay, John, take it into transmission idle, so first position.
Okay, that's up on the first notch now.
Okay, now take her into the next position.
Number 2 notch.
So there we go, we have 1/3. Take her into the next position.
3rd notch.
2/3, so throttle 2/3. Now take her all the way in.
Okay, it's all the way.
there we go. So that is actually now working properly. I cleaned the contacts and gave them a bit of a polish and I readjusted them, and now it's working. So now, okay, a little bit messy, but I'll clean the cab up again. I can see I've actually got the system overridden, so it's showing the number 1 engine is actually running at the moment. Now, see all the other lights are off. Now we're going to throw it into forward, which then throws the reverse light on this end. And as John said, we went through 1, first position, second position, and third. We've seen that working. And if I take this back to 0 position, put it back in reverse, we will see transmission forward, light come on, which means it's going in the other direction. So that's all working. So this is all up and running. Now I'll show you a lamp test, but more interestingly enough, we've got the bell connected to the PLC, but we've also got this button connected to the PLC. So that signals the PLC to ring the bell, so that will work at both ends.
One of the other features that I wanted to put in was a lamp test. I've connected the old sanding button to the PLC, and it lights up all the indicating lights in the cab. You can see that working here. Engine start for me. There you go. You should have number 1 engine light on.
Yes.
Okay. So your engine's running. So you should have number 1 engine light?
Yes, we got that.
Okay. Now, press engine stop.
Still got the light on.
Yep, I know. That should drop it out. I'm going to wrap this episode up there. The next one will be posted very shortly. I'm almost finished editing it. In the meantime, please feel free to like and subscribe, and also consider supporting our Patreon. It's through your donations that we're getting this restoration slowly done.